What's up, everybody? I hope you're well. For those that don't know, a couple of months ago, DK Yoo posted that he was going to be taking on a special match against Zhu Xiaodong. Zhu Xiaodong being the Chinese Bushido MMA fighter that beat up Wing Chun guys and Kung Fu artists. So finally, DK Yoo was going to put his skills on show after years of being called a fraud in a special match against Zhu Xiaodong. Very early on, we realised that this match wasn't going to happen because Zhu Xiaodong doesn't have a passport. He openly came out in an interview with Jerry at Fight Commentary Breakdowns where he said, "This is not going to happen. I don't have a passport and the Chinese government are likely not going to give me one before the 4th of December. So why was he still promoting it? He has been promoting this fight for months. On the 22nd of September, we issued a formal challenge to DK Yoo. Brad jumped on a live, did a call out and said, "I'm available. Hit me up, send me the contract, send me the details, and we'll be there in South Korea on the 4th of December. 2 months have passed since that call out. And this morning, we received an email from DK Yoo. And by email, I mean Brad sent me this. And it basically says, "I am DK Yoo. Would you like to talk?" Brad says, "Is this about the fight in Korea?" He says, "Yes, could you get here?" Brad obviously said yes. Well, I say he said yes, he said fuck yeah. The fight is in 19 days' time. Brad is currently in Lanzarote on holiday. He doesn't get back for another 7 days. After that, he potentially has to self-isolate, which means we won't be able to go out to South Korea. When you want to go to Korea, you have to self-isolate for 10 days. Brad would have to come back from his holiday in Lanzarote on the 21st of November and then fly out to South Korea on the 24th of November for a 10-day isolation. Bearing in mind, most fighters which take on last-minute fights are already in camp, they're already training, their mindset is already prepared for a fight. Brad is not any of those things. He's currently about 105 kilos. He's recovering from a shoulder injury and he hasn't sparred heavy in 2 years. If DK Yoo had responded to us end of September, even early October, this fight 100% could go ahead. But at the moment, this is looking very, very difficult, especially seeing as I said, one Mr Scott is currently sat by the pool drinking cocktails. Mocktails, actually. No alcohol for Mr Scott anymore. So what the hell is going to happen? Honestly, we don't know. We are waiting to hear back from DK Yoo. He said, well, we basically said, send the contracts. You know, doing the whole fight promo thing, send contracts now, all this kind of crap. But at the same time, yes, contracts are very important. The flights out to South Korea are expensive. Hotels, we'd have to isolate for 10 days, myself and Brad. So you're talking 10 days in a hotel, £100 minimum per night in a relatively good hotel. Bearing in mind, Brad will need to train, so there needs to be a gym, and we need to have a big enough room where we can train, probably a treadmill put in the room as well. This is what they do for the UFC fighters, which have to self-isolate when they go there. Is any of this going to happen? I highly doubt it. This has very quickly turned into a bit of a shit show. It also doesn't help that in my own personal life, my fiance is going away to America on the 4th of December, and I was meant to be staying home and looking after the animals. We have my dog, Simone's sister's dog, because she's going away with her sister, so we were going to be looking after her dog. Obviously, we have the pig, we have the house, I have a business to run. 19 days notice is not a lot of time. But this is the fight which we've been asking for. So will we try and make this work? Absolutely. Will it work? We honestly don't know. Until DK sends us a contract, we do not know. But I thought I'd keep you guys in the loop. I'd update you on the current situation. DK Yoo has accepted. He has said yes, he will fight Brad. And if he had given us a month's notice, just a month, instead of 19 days. 19 days is ridiculous, especially seeing as Brad's not in shape and you have to isolate for 10 days upon arrival in South Korea. I don't get his logic, I really don't. It's almost like he's challenging us with the intent to fail so that he can say, oh, they dropped out of the fight. Having watched all of the recent press between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, where it was, send the contracts, the money's not enough, Tommy's dodging Jake, all this kind of stuff. It wasn't. It was just purely because the contracts weren't right. Two guys fighting in an amateur level, yeah, fine, crack on. Just do it on a day's notice. A professional fight which requires one person to travel halfway across the world and stay in a hotel for 10 days and train and have to cover their team's expenses, cover all their bills, and visas as well. I don't think we'd be able to get a visa in time for South Korea. We both need working visas. We're not there on tourist visas. So how is this going to work? Honestly, I do not know. And before anyone says, Joe, why don't you fight him? I am currently recovering from a groin strain. And like Brad, I am in no condition to fight. I haven't done any training. I've been pretty lazy recently. I was training for a jiu-jitsu competition and I missed the entry date for that. So I am currently about 103 kilos and I wanted to get down to 88. So I'm pretty heavy. But anyway, this is a very, very brief update. I'm going to keep you guys updated over the next couple of days, see what comes from it. Hopefully DK will actually get back to me. I'm going to tag him and everything. Also, if any of you have him as well on Instagram, tag him. Send this video to him. We need him to see it so that he can understand the situation, because at the moment, a couple of little very amateur emails on Instagram is not going to cut it. We need a lot more information about this fight. And yes, money does come down to it. We need our costs covered, we need flights covered, we need bills covered. And then obviously we need to make it worth our while, because Brad is going to be stepping in the ring, putting his face on the line. Probably not. Probably won't even get a hit. Looking at DK Yoo's recent sparring footage, he ain't worried in the slightest. I'm going to put this up on both Instagram and YouTube. Hopefully we'll get some views on both. But yeah, that is the current situation. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, jump in the comments. Let us know what you think. We'll go from there. Peace out.